Welcome to our second round matches for the Rival Schools Throwdown at Gaming Insurrection. I am Editor-in-Chief Lindsay Hicks, and I am participating in this tournament. So, I'm participating in the second round. I actually made it out of the first round, and I am going to be in one of the later matches later in this round. So, I'm kind of excited. I did pretty well coming out of the first round, despite my moves not working like I wanted them to. But I'm going to be facing off against Natsu and Hideo in the second round. So I'm looking forward to that match when it comes up. But our first match in the second round is a repeat group from the first round, Roy Hayato, and they're going to be facing off against Batsu and Akira with no helmet. Batsu and Akira no helmet got a bye in the first round, so they weren't in the first round matches at all. So this is the first time we've seen them, but they're going up a pretty good team of Roy Hayato. This team's not bad. It's really not bad at all. They're two of the better characters in the game, actually, so I wasn't surprised that this team did really well. So we're going to get started now. I'm doing match commentary, so giving my thoughts on what the characters are like and what I thought of the matches here. So this is actually a pretty good match. I liked it because Roy and Batsu's not a great character. He's a middling character for me. Roy is doing a lot of damage though. Though Batsu kind of sort of evened that up by doing his chi super, his fireball super. Though Batsu, I don't know, Batsu fell for that team up technique there with Hayato and against where Roy was doing his team up technique with Hayato, and that kind of evened things up again. What I have to say about Rival Schools though, overall, Rival Schools is a game where you never say die. Anybody can come back and win the match at any time. And that the same holds true in Project Justice, the sequel Project Justice. So as you can see, the computer is spamming Burning Vigor attacks, and Batsu and No Helmet Akira just won that round by using their team up technique. So this is actually a good match. So Hayato is going to try to come in and save, what remnants he can of that first round that they lost. And Hayato just got thrown from behind, and Hayato is down a lot of damage. Batsu can easily take him out, but Hayato can easily come back. It's very plausible that Hayato could come back. Well, now he can't because he just died. Batsu really locked him down in that, and that just shut that whole thing down. So our next match is Boman and Roberto versus Gon Kyoko. Gon's not a very good character. Boman and Roberto are top tier. Boman, he's okay. But Gon has, and what I like about Gon is that super that he just pulled off, where he does he rushes forward with samurai strikes. Not samurai, sumo strikes. That super does a lot of damage, and you really, once you get started, you can't stop it. And you can't really get out of the way. Gon actually won that match. I'm not sure how, but he won that match. I'm not sure how Boman fell for the team-up technique there. So next up is Gon. They kept Gon versus Roberto, which this should not... Gon should not win this. I'm not sure, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't win this, because Roberto's a top tier character in the first Rival Schools. And he can do, it doesn't seem like he can do a lot of damage, but he can chip you to death very quickly. So I'm watching this and I'm noticing, Roberto is just immediately hitting him with little strikes that are just punishing. Though Roberto should have taken advantage of several instances where Gon couldn't block stuff. And as a matter of fact, they hit with that team-up technique, and that just stopped Gon. Gon's kind of slow, so Roberto, being a speed character, basically, just stops all of that. Now, this is a good matchup. Roberto versus Kyoko. They're both really good, decent characters. I like Kyoko. She can be extremely damaging, too. But Roberto is basically handling her right now. She has a unblockable super where she just rushes up and basically grabs you and does several pressure points on you, and it can do a lot of damage very quickly, and you cannot block it. The problem is that Roberto basically just stopped that by doing his back throw, where he just grabbed her from behind and just bulldogged her, and that ended the match. So the next match is myself. I'm playing as Sakura and Akira Helmet versus Natsu Hideo. This was a hard match for me. Natsu basically was shutting me down. Like, she just kept shutting me down. She is such a poke character. And her serve super, her serve Burning Vigor, is so hard that once you get hit by one of them, it's really hard to get out of the way of getting hit by the others. She also spammed her team-up technique a lot, I noticed. Because it's a great team-up technique with Hideo. Hideo's team-up technique is just wonderful. I love it. And she beat me in the first round by doing that team-up technique, hitting me on the ground, and then hitting me when I bounced on the ground, which was kind of obnoxious. And I kept falling for this team-up technique. You would think, given that I use that team-up technique all the time, I would know better. In the second round, she again hits me with the team-up technique, and I just got punished every single time. I fell for it every single time. Almost. I fell for it again. They were doing so much damage, and I was so in danger of not winning this match. So I kind of had to start using my supers more. I was really trying to use combos a lot, and that wasn't working because I couldn't get my moves off. So finally, I managed to connect with my team-up technique. So this is the last round for this match, and I'm fighting against Hideo, who is a super hard character to fight against. He's so hard to fight against. He's got a diagonal fireball, and he's got a regular straight fireball, and it's so hard to judge when he's going to do which one. He can also combo into as a matter of fact, he can combo into every super that he has. And I did not want to get hit by Kyoko at all. The Shimazu Kyoko, because I just knew that was going to hurt. And I have no idea why I shot a diagonal fireball at all. No idea. But I managed to luck up and win that match. I was surprised. I didn't think I was getting out of that match alive. I really didn't. Alright. The last match for the round is Kyosuke and Shoma versus Daigo and Hideo. Now, Daigo is not a great character. He's not a great character at all. He really shouldn't win against Kyosuke at all. He should not win this match or this round at all. He's terrible. He's super slow, and he telegraphs all of his moves. And when he does the Phoenix super, you can see it coming a mile away. But he somehow is doing a ton of damage to Kyosuke. And I'm not sure how he's locking Kyosuke down. The computer plays him a lot differently than most people. So, but Kyosuke is about to lose this. I remember watching this and being like, wow, how did he lose this? He is so much better character than Daigo. And Daigo's missing with everything. But Daigo won it. So, now it's up to Kyosuke and Shoma to somehow eke out 2 rounds, because Daigo should not be winning this. Shoma is a great character. his baseball, where he throws the baseballs at you, his burning vigor for that, great super. The baseball where he hits you with a baseball bat, not so great. You can see that coming a mile away, and there's no excuse to get hit by that. Unless you are committed to doing something and you can't stop. At which point you should know better anyway, because you shouldn't be doing anything in front of him where that happens. Shoma did not have to pull that out in the middle of that round, and they won. Which is pretty good. I'm happy that they won that. So now it's Shoma versus Hideo. I actually would have rather have seen Kyosuke versus Hideo. They're very similar, and storyline wise, if you know anything about the characters, you know why. But Hideo's not great, but he's not horrible either. I like him. He's doing a lot. He managed to connect with his 26 hit super, which you can combo into that and make it 26 hits. But it's I noticed the computer likes to use their supers a lot, and they will chain into things. But Hideo just lost this. Hideo lost because they managed to, because Shoma and Kyosuke managed to do their team up technique in a timely fashion. So that marks the end of the second round. Those were the 4 matches, and hopefully we'll see how I progress in the next round. That will be the semis. I'm going to be in round 3. And I will be facing off against Kyosuke and Shoma. So that's going to be an interesting match, I think. The other match is going to be Batsu, Akira, No Helmet versus Boman and Roberto, which is going to be a great round too. I think that's going to be a great match. By the way, just so you guys know, there is no time limit, if you hadn't noticed that, and the difficulty is on 4 stars. I think I put it on 4 stars. Because that's like midpoint for most Capcom fighting games. It's about 4 stars. So that's why the computer is kind of aggressive. They're kind of aggressive, but not fully aggressive, like crazy aggressive. So we're going to see how this third round shapes up. So I will be right back with the third round in the Rival Schools Throwdown.